just having a little random stream tonight. I wasn't gonna stream. And then I thought, let's just stream. Cool. What's up, YouTube family? I'm new to your channel. You're new to my channel. That's what's up. That's what's up. You're new to the channel. Jay, tell us about it. It's just been stressful, y'all. Yeah, it's just been like mad stressful, y'all. That's about it. You play Call of Duty Mobile? I don't play Call of Duty Mobile. Should I play Call of Duty Mobile? Is it fun? Is it make the sound go by? When are you coming back to Namibia? I think I'm getting tired of San Francisco, yo. I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean that I'm just getting tired of it. Like, I don't do anything. My day is the same. It's the same, like, you know, I guess with the pandemic. I guess with this pandemic going on, I'm sure I'm not the only one that's feeling this way, but like, I don't know. This house is driving me fucking insane. Like, it is. Like, I thought Tuesday nights was the night that I don't get to sleep, right? No, Monday night. I thought Monday was the night that I just don't get to sleep, right? Like, I just don't get to sleep because it's so noisy, right? I think it's also Wednesday night too, because last night was brutal. So I remember waking up in the middle of the night and I was awake. And then I went back to sleep and everything was good. And then I was woken up again. Like, it was like a garbage truck like parked outside. It was so loud that I actually just ended up leaving my bedroom and like going to the bathroom. And I was there for like a minute because I was trying to stay in the bathroom so that the truck would leave, so that way when I go back to the room, it would be quiet. So I stayed in the bathroom for like 5 minutes, right? Yo, it was so freaking long. Like, I went back, the truck was there for like another like 5 whole minutes, like, no joke. Like, another 5 whole minutes. And I was just like, dude, I thought I could deal with this. Like, 1 day a week of no sleep, I can deal with it, you know what I mean? But then when it's like this multiple nights, you know, and then I wake up and I have a headache and shit, I'm just like, look, dude, I'm getting the fuck out of here, yo. Hello, Jermaine, sirens. If you don't want to hear sirens, you probably shouldn't watch my live streams. Because I live downtown, like, I don't live in the suburbs or a farm. Just come back to Namibia. I don't know what I would do in Namibia. I'm sort of lost in life. Like, I don't know where I want to go anymore. It's really noisy tonight. Hello, Jermaine. Hello. I don't really. I know a lot of people ask me about traveling, but like, the part that put a sour taste in my mouth about traveling is like, I can't escape what's going on here. You know what I mean? Like, if I do go somewhere else and travel, like, there's still gonna be like social distancing, a lot of businesses closed, a lot of, you know what I mean? So traveling won't necessarily like, it won't necessarily necessarily like just make that overnight because I'm gonna leave here and things are closed, and maybe I'll go somewhere else, and maybe things aren't as closed, but things aren't just popping like it was last year. So that kind of makes me not interested in traveling so much because it's just gonna be different. You know, it's just not gonna be as fun. You know, I guess I could travel, but I don't think a lot of people are taking this into consideration. There's not as many places to travel to right now. You know, before I had a lot of countries to choose from. Today, I have fewer countries to choose from. So like it's just like that. It's just not so. It's just not the. I don't know. I just don't think it's the best time to travel. Like that's why I'm not traveling. Like you know. All I mean, I just want to remind people that number one, we're in a pandemic, right? Number two, the U.S. passport, we can't go to a lot of places. And number three, there's a lot of things that have changed. You know, I don't know if everyone realizes that's going on. You know, I don't know if everyone realizes it, but we're living in a new world, and like I don't think things are going to be the same. You know, I will, but when I look at 14 to 17, and you know, it's just it's not the best time right now. It's just like you want to go skateboarding in the rain. I don't want to go skateboarding in the rain. Do you realize it's raining outside? Yeah, I realize it's raining. Okay, well, do you understand why I don't want to go skateboarding in the rain? You know, because it's raining outside. That's why I don't want to go skateboarding in the rain. It's a reset in there, cutting jobs. They definitely are cut jobs. I mean, they don't really even have to cut jobs. The jobs they just took off themselves. You said I keep buffering. I'm gonna confirm that because I don't know if you just Jermaine, you need to find a female. Bro, I spend hours on freaking these dating apps and I get nowhere. Yeah, but also like it's not the easiest time. Oh, I did pause twice. Hmm. You bought Airbnb today? I told you I wasn't gonna buy Airbnb. I mean I wasn't gonna buy. I mean I wanted to get into it, but like I knew it was gonna pop, and I don't want to jump into it if it's gonna freaking pop, yo. Look how expensive it is today. It was what $69, and now it's what 140 plus. Last time I checked. My parents won't allow me to date until I'm 18. I need to move out. Never buy when IPO first come out. You know what? That's a rule that I've heard a lot of people say, and I think that's a pretty good rule. I think that's a really good rule to have because I'm gonna tell y'all why I think that's a good rule to have. Like when they went IPO, like most companies when they IPO, they have a certain time of lockup period, right? They have a certain time where the employees can't sell shares of the company, okay? With Uber, I forget how long it was, but it was like 6 months or 3 months or something like that. With Airbnb, like they can sell like I think 15% of their stake the first day. You know, DoorDash is overpriced. Oh my gosh. DoorDash is overpriced. Sorry, I definitely would agree with you on that one. Airbnb was overpriced. I would agree with you on that one too. But Airbnb just exploded when it opened today. Where are you at now? So I'm in San Francisco right now. That is where I am. I thought y'all knew where I was. Thoughts on DoorDash? I mean, DoorDash IPO was hyped. I believe, like, I could be wrong, but I believe you have a lot of young people that was invested in DoorDash. You know, I think maybe you have a lot of young people jumping on DoorDash. You know, and when I say young people, you know, Robinhood investors, that sort of thing. Have you gotten used to the loud door? Um, all the people, there was people that used to live upstairs. They all like moved out last week because I don't hear anyone go upstairs anymore. And it was like I want to say like at least a few people that lived upstairs. I haven't heard them go upstairs in a while. So in the middle of the night, I don't hear the door close as much. I hear it close at like, you know, 5 in the morning. You know, it definitely slams a couple times, but it doesn't really slam in the middle of the night. At least I don't notice it as much. That's just me. People moving out the cities. Yeah, people are moving out the cities. It's a big thing. Do you miss traveling? You look depressed. Well, the thing about traveling that I miss is I miss like connecting with people when I travel, because when I'm in the city's moving fast paced, and you know, you know people, but I don't just really like just hang out with people in the city. You know, I usually just hang out by myself all the time, and when when I travel, I like to explore. You know, I was gonna say something else, but I think I got sidetracked. Lone wolf. Well, not exactly a lone wolf. Because when I travel, I'm not really alone. I usually meet people when I'm traveling. It's just I find it very difficult to meet. I just find it difficult to meet people here. You know, I mean, I know a lot of people here. Like if I walk down the street, like someone's probably gonna know me. You know, but once again, like it's so much easier to meet people when you're traveling. Like so much easier to meet people when you're traveling. It's so much easier. Like here, walking down the street and just talking to a random person on the street, like that's just something that I know a lot of people think that works, but that's just something that doesn't work as much as you would think it would, you know? Because when you have people so noisy, I know it is so noisy. I tell you what, I'm not. This won't be a long stream. I'll stream for 20 minutes because I understand it's like really noisy. It's a bit short stream. So I think I'm gonna go do something out there. I mean, when I see these comments, the comments like let me know what I should do. Like everybody keeps talking about it's noisy, so I'm gonna end the stream. Maybe I'll go for like another 7 minutes. How I ran into you on the streets. We talked a bit. BR, oh, we did. Traveled to India. I was there 2 months in February. Oh, you were there 2 months in February? That's great. Like, are you trying to tell me to go to India? What do you do? Would you do the van life? Not, I wouldn't do the van life, y'all. Not as a dude, I would not do the van life. It's just not really me. I like skyscrapers, you know? So, living in a van, and I've also did the math on living in a van. I don't really want to get into it in this video, but like, it's not made out so much what a lot of people make it out to be. Like, you don't save as much money as people, you know, make it seem like you save. Like I said, I don't want to really get into the numbers here, but like, a few hints I can give you, like, you have to eat, right? Like, you have to eat. So if you're living in a van, yeah, I mean, what are you gonna be eating? Canned goods, or are you gonna be going out to eat, like, and grabbing something quick and easy because you're hungry? You know, when you have a house, you can just easily, like, you know, cook food cheap because you have a kitchen. You know, and then also when you have a house, like, you can do things like go to the restroom very easily. You know, I have a friend that lives in a van, and he talks about, like, you know, he has to empty out his bottles and stuff. Well, I don't have to worry about emptying out bottles. You know, that's just something I don't have to worry about doing because I live in a house and I can just go to the restroom. So I understand that van life is good. I think van life has a really good purpose. I think van life, this may sound really insane, but I believe van life is more beneficial to someone acting as if they live in a van versus the person that's actually living in the van. Because if you're acting like you're living in a van, you can be selling things, you can be promoting things, you can be making more money than someone that's actually living in a van. So like, I'm not that big a fan of van life when you really break it down. Like I'm not, I'm not an attractive woman. If I was attractive girl or something, maybe that'd be a little bit different, because if you're an attractive girl and you live in a van, guys are gonna talk to you. Like you're gonna get it, guys are still gonna talk to you. Yeah, you live in a van, but guess what? Oh, I got a house, you can come hang out with me. But if you're a dude and you live in a van, it's kind of like, oh yeah, he lives in a van. It's just not looked at the same way. You know what I mean? And I'm a guy, so some things women can get away with better than guys. You know what I mean? Guys aren't picky. Guys are not picky. No. Dude, in a van and no. Dude, I'm in a van. Gets no woman for sure. I don't know, but like a lot of people, like I get that a lot, like van life. I think it's trolls. I think people are like literally trolling because people ask that so many times. Usually I don't even entertain it anymore. But I just don't really. It's just not my thing. You look a bit drained, Jermaine. Are you getting enough vitamins? I am getting enough vitamins, but I don't know if you read the title of the video. Maybe you missed the title of the video. I could probably explain why I look somewhat tired. I'm not even yawning, and you guys are saying I look tired. Gosh, we got 3 more minutes and I'm in this stream, yo. It's like noisy and I look tired. I'm not even yawning. Usually I be in the stream like this. Oh! Or I'd be up here like this with the phone in front of my mouth, like yawning. Oh, I had a phone in front of my mouth so you guys can't see it. Love your hair. I washed it today. I washed it and just went riding around. I get what you're saying. I have a married couple of friends who lives in a van and save 50K a year. They're planning on moving back to the East Coast and buying their house cash. Yeah, but 2 people living in a van, it can be done, It can be done, but it's definitely something I'm not interested in signing up for. I mean, nothing against it, but it's just something. I mean, I'm very into electric skateboarding and stuff like that, and I don't know if people have ever made the correlation that those things don't really clash well. And then also with the van life is ideal for people who don't live in a metropolis, right? If you don't live in a big city like San Francisco, van life would literally be the worst thing for me to do right now, especially where I live because of the, lots of homeless people breaking into vans, and if I live in a van, where am I gonna charge a skateboard, and enough of the van life talk. Will you ever live off grid? Now you're talking, okay? Now you're actually barking down a tree that I'd actually be interested in barking down, because living in a vehicle, no. But living off the grid, now you're talking. Now you're speaking my language. I wouldn't mind living off the grid. I wouldn't mind living in a little tiny house, collecting rainwater, storing rainwater, having somewhat of a garden, That's definitely something I wouldn't mind doing. There is a place for that. That place is not right now in my life. You know what I mean? It's just not my. There might be a lot of wild, dangerous animals. That's okay, but when you live in a place like that, when you live off the beaten path, you need to have guns. Bottom line, you need to have guns. I know some people may be against guns, but when you live in the middle of nowhere, you don't necessarily need guns to protect you from other humans. You need guns to protect you from animals. And you might need a gun to protect you from someone coming up onto your property and trying to rob you, you know. But yeah, dude, I'm in the Bay Area. Let's connect for 60 minutes on Bachelor philosophy. He met me on Instagram. We can chit chat on Instagram. Would you go back to Morocco? I'd definitely go back to Morocco. Morocco is a lot of fun. What about moving to Sacramento? Maybe like not this point, not this phase in my life, yo. Not this phase in my life. I think of Sacramento, I would put that in the same category as Memphis almost. What's up with the San Francisco wealth tax? I think that's the California wealth tax. I don't think it's just San Francisco. I think that's the whole state. Because you gotta think there are rich people who live in San Francisco, but like all throughout California, there's way more. I mean, just look at Hollywood. You know, just freaking LA, and that's just one area. San Francisco is this little tiny city. Like San Jose is bigger than San Francisco. There's more people in San Jose than San Francisco. So, wealth tax for San Francisco, like, yeah, it would be something, but it wouldn't be like a wealth tax for the whole state. How long will you be in SF? So what I'm thinking about doing, okay, you asked me a good question. How long do you think I'm gonna be in SF? So this, like, I don't know. This place I'm living at is driving me crazy. I'm probably gonna take off and move in like a week, right? It's just my guess. There's another place I'm already looking at, and I think I'm just gonna stay there maybe 3 months. That's like the minimum I can stay for the decent price. I think I may stay there 3 months. This place that I stay, but if I don't know if I'm gonna stay there or not. Who knows? I may just take off and leave before then. I got a lot of options. Something else just happened recently. This morning. It just opened up options for me. So like, if I do move to this other place, it's actually a really cool place. It's something that I could possibly promote online. And it's also something that don't really want to talk about it too much more because I don't want people to find it before I say it. Yeah, this new place, I don't think I would have the noise problem. So it may be in a different neighborhood noise problem. How did you do to be so consistent on YouTube? I'm pretty consistent. I guess I am pretty consistent on YouTube. Yeah, I guess I did pretty good. I mean, I don't really stress about bills, I kind of stopped that about 6 months ago. Just some things happened in my life, and I'm like, well, don't really have to really worry as much, Don't have to worry as much right now. But then another thing too is I don't just below money, yo. I don't keep up with the Jones. So I play by my own set of rules. Like, I don't keep up with the Jones. That doesn't mean I won't go out and buy a new iPhone. That doesn't mean I won't go out and buy something stupid from the Gucci store. I'll still do it. But I ain't gonna do it to keep up with the Jones. If I do it, I'm gonna do it to be cool. I'm gonna do it to stick out. And this is the main reason why you don't see me like really hanging out with any other groups. Because I don't wanna keep up with the Jones. I don't want to keep. I would rather walk alone than hang out with a group of people, and I constantly have to do things to be accepted. And living here in San Francisco, I went through this so like keeping up with the Jones is high money, big money spenders. Okay, yeah, you can say that, but like in layman's terms, yeah, I think that comes from New York, like Fifth Avenue or whatever. Well, you know what? Well, for people that don't live in New York, keeping up with the Jones means something completely different. It means, you live in the suburbs and your next door neighbor just got a new SUV and then you go get a new SUV. That's what keeping up with the Jones means. So if you're from New York and you wanna say, yeah, this is what the top 1% use to keep up with the Jones. Well, I'm not talking to the top 1%. I'm talking to the 99%. Okay. So keeping up with the Jones, right? You know what I mean? When you go around people and you have to constantly have new things to be accepted, you constantly have to spend money to be accepted. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you guys don't know about this, but like because sometimes you can be so caught up into it that you don't know because it's normal. It's normal. I mean, the new one just came out. Aren't you gonna get it? Like, aren't you just gonna get it? Like, the new one just came out. Aren't you gonna get it? But then when you realize that, like, just because the new one came out, you don't necessarily have to get it. It's cool to get it, but you don't have to get it. But then when you're around people and that's what they feed off of. When I was with the last time I went down to the skate group, like, I remember once, it was right after the GoPro came out, the GoPro 9 came out. Like right after the GoPro 9 came out. I think it came out the day before. Do you know how many people came up to me and asked me, "Yo, Jermaine, you got the new GoPro? You know how many people came up to me and showed me their GoPro and was like, "You got the new one, you got the new one, you got the new one." And it's like it just came out yesterday. Like it just came out yesterday, and I guess like I'm supposed to jump out of the window and go down to Target and go get the new one. And I was just like, no, I don't got it. And then the iWatch, everybody's like, yo, I got the iWatch. Like, there's a group of people and they all got their iWatches. And I was talking about getting an iWatch. I actually didn't get one because I was like, let's just not get one. And then people have always asked me, like, why do you still ride Boosted? Like, Boosted is like the worst skateboard out there. You still ride Boosted. Like, why do you still ride Boosted? Because I don't care about keeping up with the Jones. I just don't. And this can be really bad. This can be really bad. I'm sorry to say, this could literally be really bad. This could cost me a lot of opportunities, and this could cost me a lot of friends. Because keeping up with the Jones, it's easy. You following what everybody else is doing. You in with the group. But when you don't keep up with the Jones, you're not in with the group. That group, they could be making money in that group. They could be doing something super cool in that group, and I ain't a part of it because I don't want to keep up with the Jones. That's just a decision I make. Like, I don't mind. I'll walk alone. You know what they say? To be a leader is lonely. To follow the pack, it's easy, it's fun, it's entertaining. But you know what? To be a leader is lonely. Yep. So walk alone, yo. It's okay. Keeping out with the pedestrians. Please read the millionaire next door. Oh yeah, millionaire next door is a good one. Go down to Mexico, no COVID test. Get in and out the country and it's cheap. Mexico, ooh, sounds like it'd be fun. That's because people in SF are obsessed with the latest technology. They are. Yeah, to a certain degree. How does someone have to, how rich does someone have to be to stop being frugal? But my question is, You said how rich does someone has to be to stop being frugal? Is it really being frugal? Or is it just not? Is it being frugal or is it not blowing money? Okay? Because I know some people may have this idea that if you make $10 million a year, you should never eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You should never eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich because you make $10 million a year. Like, why are you eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? So, would a rich person, would he be frugal if he made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? You know, that's a really tough one to answer, you know? That's a really tough one to answer because would they? You know, because like, I know tons of millionaires that have claimed that they still eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Like Elon Musk said he eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Like he's the second richest man on the planet. Also, Elon Musk, he was in Germany. He was sleeping in a Tesla factory. He's the second richest person on earth. Would you call that frugal? Or would you call that being cheap? Or would you call that just someone being really rich and they're doing whatever the fuck they want to? And if they want to sleep in a factory, they sleep in a factory. Like, what would you call that? Like, you know, when I think of frugal, I think of someone that's actually being cheap. And, well, frugal and cheap are not the same. Let me take that back. Frugal and cheap are not the same. Spending money wisely. Cheap is like not spending money wisely, right? Ask a bum on the streets and they'll tell you they are rich. I guess so. Frugality and mannerisms have nothing to do with each other. Frugality is being thrifty. Yo. It is being thrifty, right? But then it's another thing to be cheap. Alright? It's another thing to be frugal. And then it's another thing to buy quality. You know? It's another thing to buy quality. You can be the type of person where you can go on Amazon and you can go and get perfect example. Y'all know me, I'm a huge Apple fan, right? Do you call this cheap or do you call this frugal? Right? Or do you call this doing whatever the fuck I want to do? So basically, I'm a huge Apple fanboy, you know? Got a new iPad, got 2 new iPhones. But one thing I have never bought from Apple are the earbuds. I've never bought the earbuds, right? The earbuds cost, what, let's just say $175, because I know they got a couple different ones. Let's say $175. I never bought any earbuds. So does that make me cheap or frugal? Or does it just make me I do what I want, you know? Because some people would say like, oh, you're cheap, but then I'm not exactly cheap because I could buy a whole bunch of them. You know what I mean? I just don't choose to buy them. I mean, am I cheap because I won't go out and buy a Tesla? You know, am I cheap? I mean, is it cheap because, are you cheap because you don't want to buy it? Because maybe you don't need it, or maybe you like something else, or maybe you like something that's cheaper, right? Because that could be something else too. Maybe you like something that's cheaper, right? Because it's a lot of expensive bikes out there, right? But I don't want an expensive bike because I want a cheaper bike, right? You know, it's $10,000 electric bikes out there, right? And like, why buy a $10,000 electric bike? Yeah, it's dope. Yeah, it's probably got a really good battery range. It's probably got GPS and it's probably got fast charging. But check this out. That ain't exactly what I need, so why buy it? You know. I won't be caught dead buying Apple products. Why buy something you don't need? Why not be a part of Apple ecosystem? Those reports fell out. Jermaine is talking about labeling things. I don't know. I didn't get enough sleep last night, yo. I'm cheap when it comes to fancy restaurants, but I would like to spend if I know it's going to last me for years. See, I don't know. I don't really think. I think I'm frugal on certain things, but I don't know. I don't know this. I don't think I'm so frugal, yo. Like no, because some days I'll wake up and like have some oatmeal, right? And then I'll come back and have like a little sandwich, okay? And then I'll come back and later have like a Beeline burger, right? So basically, I go a whole day, don't spend any money. And the next day, I'll wake up, I'll go have a $5 donut, right? I'll go have a Monster Energy drink. And then after that, I'll go to Starbucks and get a $6 coffee, okay? After that, I might go to the Asian restaurant and spend $30, right? And then after that, I might go down to the wheat store and spend another 120, you know? So like, is that, like, I don't know. I think it's just living life. It's not cheap, different lifestyles. You're just not particular about, you're just very particular about spending needs and wants. Jermaine, how many jobs do you have, bro? A bunch of jobs, yo. A bunch of jobs, dude. He's not frugal when it comes to clothes. Yeah, I have a lot of Zaffa clothes. And then I'm actually not really minimalist anymore either. I still live a somewhat minimal lifestyle because it's not like I just buy whatever I want. But for the most part, I will. Like, I go on Amazon and I'll buy whatever I want, you know? But once again, I buy things that are in reason. I usually buy things that make me money, you know? If it doesn't make me money, I don't want to buy it. I mean, why do you think there's certain things I haven't bought yet because I haven't justified it, because if it ain't making me money, why should I buy it? I ain't making dollars, why have it? You know, if I ain't making money, why buy it? A lot of people in SF, especially the tech guys, like to wear Gucci. I don't really see the tech dudes wearing Gucci. Like, whenever I freaking go in front of the Gucci store and the Louis Vuitton store, I don't see no tech people in those lines. For the most part, I'm gonna tell you who I see in those lines. Every time I go in front of the Gucci store and Louis Vuitton store, you know who I see in those lines? It ain't never no techie, because a techie gonna order that shit off the internet. A techie gonna be like, no, I can't go in there. I'm too cool, you know. I mainly see minorities out front of the Gucci store and Louis Vuitton store. Like that minorities all day. Black people, Asians, Arabs, like young people. They're all young people, yo. They're all people under the age of 30. You know? Hip hop music, like rappers talk about Gucci, Louis Vuitton all the time. That's what they want, you know? I mean, think about it. Think about a couple years ago when Michael Kors. Think about how Michael Kors was so hot, yo. Michael Kors was like the shit. Nowadays, Michael Kors ain't about shit. Nowadays, you can take $500. You can take $500 and go to Michael Kors and go on a shopping spree. You come out with shirt, pants, shoes, $500, right? But try to take $500 to Gucci. Your ass probably can't even buy a wallet at the Gucci store for $500. You know? I want to kiss. You want to kiss me? Gucci, man. Haha, if you were an attractive girl in a van, right? They sell Michael Kors at Ross. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm saying Michael Kors is passe. That's old school. Nobody don't want that no more. That's old school, bro. Michael Kors. Bashing Michael Jordan. They sell it at Ross. They sell everything at Ross. Man, whenever your stuff make it to Ross, it's on the way out. It's on the way out, yo. Or you can spend money on functional things, not luxury things. Yeah, I can see it. 500 at Louis, you might come out with a handkerchief. Some of y'all, we live in a real world nowadays, y'all. What's up with y'all wanting me to be a girl in the fan? You switched up. What do you mean I switched up? Nothing to a boss. What's going on? Vegan Jim. It's the old way, but I'm not the hit Ross. I'm frugal. Man, there's nothing wrong with Ross, yo. When you are, how much money you make on that? I guess you're right. What's good, bro? I'm just living, chilling, having a good time. Taking it easy. Taking it easy. Taking it easy. Taking it easy. I like never wear my hair down, yo. Like I for real never wear my hair down. I've been wearing my hair down all day today. I kind of like it. Like I've been wearing it down with nothing to even hold it, which is kind of insane because like it's been working out. I thought van life is for traveling around the country, but I don't want to travel around the country in a van, dude. I just don't. Thank the Lord, Tesla is going to Texas. That's gonna be good. You know what? I think that's really funny. I think it's really funny. Tesla tequila, like for real. Look at Tesla tequila. Look, I don't even drink, yo, and I want to try that shit. Tesla tequila. Tesla tequila. Jermaine got lots of friends. He got all of us. I do got all of y'all. That's why I'm hanging out with y'all right now, because we're hanging out together. We're hanging out together. We're hanging out together. How high are you? I see the city lights. I'm pretty high up. That's too much. Y'all wanna see what street I'm on? I'm gonna have tacos over here. It was crazy. So like last night, like after the live stream, I just went for like a quick skate and smoke, right? And I'm like literally outside, like right outside of my like the place I'm staying at. And I'm just outside, and if I ever see someone walking down the street, right? If I ever like come home and I see some people like walking down the street, I'm not gonna just walk in the door, you know. I'm just gonna kind of like wait off a little bit, wait till they go in, and then I'll go in, right? So that's exactly what I was doing last night, okay? So I was you know, I'm like waiting, and I'm like, okay, I need to do this. Don't show your location, dude. I'm not gonna show my location, but people know. People know I live somewhere in somewhere. Open window, catch COVID. I'm in cold. I love this view. Yeah, so like basically what I was doing. So like I saw like these two people like walking, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna wait right here and let them walk by me because they were walking a dog, right? I'm gonna let them walk by me and then I'll just go in, right? So I'm standing out there smoking. And then the dude was like, "Hey Jermaine, I was watching your live stream," and I was like, "Wow, yo," because like I'm like really self conscious if I'm smoking and someone's like, "Hey Jermaine," so like I was out there smoking and it was so obvious, right? I'm just like, smoke's all going that way. And he's like, "Hey Jermaine," I'm just like, "Oh shit!" Like, of course I smoke, but like, it's kind of like I don't know, like I'm kind of old school. Like, I want to like set a good example. Like, I want to be a positive person, you know. Like, if I'm out in public, like I want to be, you know what I mean? Like, be looking around. Like, the other day I was skating, and I like stopped like this place in the TL, and like one of the leasing agents that I one of the leasing agents that I like applied to this place at was there. And he like walked up, was like, "Hey, what's going on, Jermaine?" And I'm like, "They're smoking." And I like dropped it because I was like ashamed, and I was like, "Oh yeah, you know." I didn't want him to think like I was a stoner, but I was like, "Yo, if I just applied to live at that place in the TL, that fool already know I'm a stoner. It's okay, you know." Yeah, I'm pretty famous myself, yo. How can you be vegan and smoke? Just still smoke. You can buy vegan wraps, yo. Do you ever take breaks from smoking? Yeah, when I go to like Asia. Whenever I like go to like when I get on an airplane, you know, then I don't smoke. But around here, I mean, what else am I gonna do? Drink? No, I'm cool on that. SF, stay home order. You can find weed in Thailand and Vietnam. You can find weed in Thailand and Vietnam, but it's just not worth it. You can't be a real smoker then. Smokers don't take breaks. You're right. I guess not. Well, that makes me not a real smoker. Oh yeah. Y'all wanna know what tomorrow's video gonna be about? Tomorrow's video is gonna be about San Francisco's sinking neighborhood. So there's a neighborhood in San Francisco that's sinking, and if you go to this neighborhood, it's very apparent. It's very apparent. Like you can walk around and see like you see a building, you see the sidewalk, and the building and the sidewalk are like this different. Like for real, like an iPhone. In some places, the ground has sunk. An iPhone. Like it'll be in tomorrow's video, like straight up. Mission Bay. It's Mission Bay for real. It's Mission Bay, yo. I had a freaking delivery in Mission Bay. Like, dude, this delivery pissed me off. Like, I waited there for 20 minutes. No one answered. So I take off. I didn't cancel the order because I'm trying to cancel the order. And I had to go back. I'm just like, yo, this Mission Bay, yo. Mission Bay for real gonna be underwater. And dude, no joke. The way Mission Bay is sinking, what are they gonna do with it? Like, are they just gonna like? What are they gonna do with it? Like, how do you stop it from sinking when you walk around the neighborhood? You go from blocks, 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 blocks. It's all sinking. Like, no, Millennium Tower. No. Crystal. Millennium Tower was in a different neighborhood. In that area, things things are sinking all over somewhere, right? But in that area, things aren't sinking as much, excluding the Millennium Tower. There's another neighborhood. Basically, the whole neighborhood's sinking. Like for real, the whole neighborhood's sinking. I'm gonna show you on a map here. Okay, so like this is Mission Bay. It's like really bright. It's like super bright. I really can't really show you guys. Let me see if I put it down. Okay, this is Mission Bay. As you can see that little river there. All of this, all of this whole little area was swampland. And now they have built so many buildings in that area. And that the whole area, not the whole area, but like a lot of it is sinking. It's freaking sinking. Oh yeah, it's not a river, it's a basin. It kind of looks like a river. It won't happen in our lifetime. Yeah. They built the Chase Center there. They did build a Chase Center there. I didn't even think about that. They did build the Chase Center there. I'm gonna have to go to the Chase Center. But the thing about the Chase Center, I didn't really notice anything around there. I'm gonna have to go check the Chase Center out. But maybe they did something different when they built it. Scary world. Yep. Mm-hmm. Scary word. Liquefaction. Now, San Francisco, I don't think the whole thing is going to slip into the ocean, because what a lot of people forget about San Francisco is majority of San Francisco is not sea level. Majority of San Francisco is a freaking hill. That's what it is. Just all the parts that I show you in San Francisco is sea level. Mm-hmm. All the parts I go is sea level. All the parts that I take you can flood. Unless we go up some of them big hills. And I'll tell you something else that won't flood. This neighborhood here. Well, I'm not gonna say the neighborhood, but you guys remember the skyscraper neighborhood that I was talking about, the East Cut, right? Well, East Cut is a little bit bigger than the skyscraper neighborhood. The skyscraper neighborhood is like basically, it's where the freeway is. It's where it's like First and Harrison. Now that area, Rincon, okay. That area, I doubt that'll flood, because that is up. That's a really big hill. I doubt that would flood, because there's a lot of hills over there. Some of those skyscrapers like that. What is it? All of those buildings in that area. 399 Fremont, that's safe. 45 Lansing, that's safe. 125, no, first 425th, that's a safe one. Basically, anything on those hills is good. I'll tell you a building that's not good. 500 Folsom, nope. That's the lower base. That shit can flood. 450 Folsom, basically all those fancy, anything on Folsom Street. And now when you get to Folsom and Second, maybe that won't flood, because that's high as hell. But once you 5th Street, 6th Street, all of 7th Street, all of 8th Street, fucking 9th Street, I'm talking about up to Van Ness, y'all. All of that can flood. Market Street from Van Ness down to Embarcadero can flood. Straight up. Can complete flood, yo. Once you start to go up the hill, once you get up like California and them big ass California hills, chances are that won't flood, because you're talking about some serious elevation. But the city, like all of Soma, can be underwater. It would take quite a bit for all of Soma to be underwater, because that's a lot of land, you know. Mission Bay and the marina would go before. Financial district would go too. Financial district would be gone. Yeah, all of the Embarcadero neighborhood would be gone. All those gateway buildings, all that shit would be all underwater. It would be, and just because something is underwater doesn't mean that a lot of people would die. Like, not that many people die in floods. I think more people die in earthquakes than floods. Because when floods happen, it just floods. But earthquakes, shit shakes, buildings crumble, people get stuck, you know? No Embarcadero, no San Francisco, skater done. Better get you a boat. Sutter and Montgomery is landfill. Sutter and Montgomery. Yup. Landfill, I think the landfill goes up to like Montgomery Street. I think that's where the landfill, I think all of that is like, I could be wrong, but I think it's like that area because for the most part, any place that's flat, San Francisco, for the most part, it can flood. Any place that's flat, that's close to water, can flood. It can. Submarine homes coming soon. Are you high right now, Jermaine? No, I'm not high, yo. How do you feel about earthquakes of tremors out there? I don't know. Just have to wait to cross that bridge when we get here. I read that Mission Bay is built on landfill and the city knew that when it was being developed. It used to be yeah, so like the city didn't know it was built on landfill. Maybe they're just gonna maybe they're gonna do what they're doing in China, where like you develop this whole area, you spend all the money, you develop it, you employ the people, you have people move in, you sell the units, right? And in 20 years, you tear it all down, and you just redo it over again. You know, you tear the whole area down because it's gonna be fucked up. Buildings are gonna be sinking, and then you just do it over again. And that way, you get double GDP. You know, I mean that's the only thing I could think of why they would let them do it. I mean, obviously, if this is a place that has earthquakes, it's probably gonna have another one in the future. Like they didn't just the earthquakes didn't just like stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you believe in global warming? Absolutely. That neighborhood was built on top of old wooden ships. That neighborhood was built on top of old wooden ships. Y'all crazy. Pizza and ice cream. That's dope. Not Mission Bay. It's the Marina District. Well, Marina District that's a whole nother area that's built on reclaimed land. But I've never noticed the ground shifting in the marina like you do in Mission Bay. I've never seen that in the marina. Like, I haven't. But the marina has also been populated way longer than Mission Bay. Like, people just started moving to Mission Bay recently. How do they get zoned to develop on a landfill? Someone got paid. The same way the city let them build a Millennium Tower without letting them go, without, saying, yo, you gotta go this deep. The city was like, you gotta go this deep. The company went just that deep. Do you rent an Airbnb in SF or like a lease? I do like a third. I just booked for like 3 months. I think I'm gonna switch the reservations to like 1 month. See if that'll work. See if that will work. That'd be cool if it worked. That'd be really cool if it works. No, it's expensive to Airbnb, no rent. Jermaine, we like your Airbnb living. Well, it just gives me the flexibility to move around. Gives me the flexibility to move around. Good content. Everyone is leaving you mad. now may be a good time to invest in property. Prices are dropping. Prices are dropping? But, I think this is the beginning of the prices dropping. Where are the cemeteries in SF? If I'm not mistaken, I believe all the cemeteries are in Daly City. You got merch. I do have merch. Not1Cali.com. Oh, it's in Coma, not Daly City. You ever lived in Oakland? I did live in Oakland. I lived in Oakland for a minute. Oakland's cool. But when I lived in Oakland, I spent so much time commuting to the city, you know. You say buy a house for $50K? Like, where? In, like, Mississippi? I'm tired. I need to sleep. Yo, Jermaine, I just finished a live stream. What do you stay in SF? What keeps you there? Perks of being homeless is you can move. What keeps me here? I don't know what keeps me here. I like the fact that it's a city and you don't need a car and you can use a bike. You can get around different ways, you know. That's one thing I like about it. That's one thing that keeps me here. It's easy to make money. Like, it's easy not to have a job here, basically. It's easy not to have a job. Because you can just do random shit to make money. You can work for different apps. You can do a lot of things. I can make YouTube videos just around the city and make money. You know, I can't do that. I mean, I can do that in Memphis. The problem is, not as many people are searching for Memphis versus the amount of people searching for San Francisco. I actually thought about going to New York and doing the same thing I'm doing in San Francisco because way more people are searching in New York, you know, than San Francisco. So who knows? Maybe I'll go to New York. Maybe I should probably let me check these flights. I think Nashville is better than Memphis. Nashville's popping from what I hear. Texas has cheap property. Move to Mexico or Southeast Asia, you can live very well off $1,000 a month. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna tell y'all right now. The person that said $1,000 a month. I don't think y'all know what my short-term plan is. My short-term plan is like to get like 300 G's into the get 300 G's into the market, right? And then straight up go travel and live off $1,000 a month. And just keep investing in high growth stocks with 300 G's. And then, you know, it'll grow over time, you know, live frugal, travel in Southeast Asia, travel in Eastern Europe, travel in, I don't know, East Africa, West Africa, something like that. Places are $1,000 a month. Any advice for doing live streams? 300,000 is not that much money, but once again, if you gotta look at your lifestyle, y'all. You gotta look at your lifestyle. If you spend lots of money all the time, you're gonna need more than 300 grand. And then also, depending on where you're going. I didn't say I was going to live in Switzerland. I did not say I was going to live in Norway. I said that I was going to live in places that cost $1,000 a month. So $300,000 when you're going to live in a place that costs what, $12,000 a year? Ooh, those are some good numbers versus living in a more expensive place, you know, like a Norway or a Switzerland or Singapore or freaking London. Turkey fits that $1,000 a month list. I was way behind on this live stream. I have to fast forward. Do you follow YouTuber Mary J. Blum? She's traveling into right now. Yeah, she is. But she travels with like a crew, yo. She be traveling with folks that are in her videos. Cause it be too many people doing stuff in the background. Like that's how I know. But she ain't just a solo traveler. And she's really young. She's really young, yo. But I don't know how young she is. She's got to be like 20. Money can't make you happy. Money can't make you happy, but money can set you up for a life of happiness. That's what it can. Because for the most part, what I want to do is, I want time. I want time. Yo, thanks for the super chat. I was just talking. I didn't even see it. Thanks for the super chat. I really want time. Okay, that's what I want. I want time, and I've noticed in my life, I have used time very, very well. I've used time very well. Like I want to be able I want to have freedom, and I want time. Time is very important. It's the most important thing you can have in life. I'm gonna tell y'all, time is the most important thing you can have in life. Because if you have all the money in the world, and you ain't got time, guess what? That money can't help you. But if you have no money and you have all the time in the world, you can accumulate money. So time is very important, and it's how you use your time. If you always have to work, for your time, and guess what? You really can't you can't spend your time doing the things you want to do because you always have to work for someone else on their time. You get it? So when you break the rat race, right? When you break the rat race, when you realize, look, I don't need to do this because everybody else is doing it. I don't need to do this just because society is saying do this. I'm gonna tell you something. Right now, y'all. I was in Target today shopping because I go to Target every now and then. Target's a good place. You should check out their stock. Target, yeah. Target. I was in Target today, and I was wondering, like, an F section. You know what the F section is? F section is the section that change all the time, right? And I was just looking at all the Christmas stuff, all the holiday stuff, and I was just looking at everything, and I was like, yo, what a lot of people don't know is all of this shit over here. This is what it is. It's Christmas. It's an American holiday, but all of this is shit for the most part. All of this shit comes from China. It does. Now I'm not bashing China at all. They're just people over there making products and making money, trying to better their situation. So I'm not knocking China. But basically what I'm saying is it's just a whole bunch of shit, right? And every year our country is programmed to do this. To shop, spend money, to buy gifts, to do this, to shop, spend money, buy shops, spend money, buy shops, spend shops, buy. You didn't buy me a gift. You didn't buy me a gift. You didn't give me a gift. What you give me for Christmas? You know. And look at it. All this stuff is so cheap. And then when you even look at the stuff that they make, who's making the majority of the money off of it? It's not China. It's the American corporations. It's not China. It's American corporations. Like, whenever I go to stores, I like to know. I like to figure out like what do stores make the most money off of. So when I go to Target, I'm always trying to figure out, hey, what do these fools make the most money off of? Okay. And for the most part, they make some money off of food, but where Target makes the majority of their money is off of not the food, because the food is actually somewhat of a lost leader for them. Somewhat of a lost leader, because you have to throw food away if it goes old. You have to do stuff like that. They make a lot of money off of deals, right? Who do they have deals with? Shit like beauty products, beauty products, right? Whenever you get to the section the toothbrush section, there's mad markup and all of that shit. Paste, mad markup. Mouthwash, mad markup. Wherever you see a whole lot of shit, that's where Target's making their money. If you see one or two things, they ain't making money off of that, right? So um, when you go over to anything holiday, they're making a killing off of the holiday stuff because all of that stuff that's for Christmas, all of that stuff is so cheap, yo. Like those Christmas lights that cost $20 for the Christmas lights, that shit literally costs less than $1 to make. Target probably paid less than $1 for that, and they're literally charging $20 for it. You know, this is how Target can take the hits of people always shoplifting because they're making so much more money off of this other cheap shit over here. Also, anything for your house, yo. Anything for your house, Target is making a killing off of because all of that shit is really cheap and it's made in China. Like the hangers, the glasses, the cups, the bed sheets. They're making a killing off them bed sheets because that shit just comes from like India and they just repurpose it, rebrand it, and they put their name on it. You know. I'm always just curious about like how companies make money because like they don't make money off of everything. Okay. One thing that fucking Target don't make money off of, they don't make money in bananas, yo. That's a lost leader for them. Maybe they might make a little bit, but bananas go bad, remember? It's a food product. What else do they make? They probably makes money, yo. Bed Bath and Beyond's. I go in and only buy bananas. Who the fuck cares? Well, I don't know. Maybe if you follow Kim Kardashian, you probably wouldn't care how Target makes money. But if you go into stores and spend money, I don't know. Maybe you don't care how they make money. But it's just something I think about. You know, I'm always thinking about like Apple sells me an iPhone that costs. How much does iPhone cost? Does iPhone cost like $800, right? And it costs them $150 to make. It cost them $150 to produce this phone. Less than $150 to produce this phone. But yet they charge me how much? You know? But I'm okay with that. Like I understand, like I'm not gonna get it any cheaper, you know? Why are you all orange today? I don't know. Trying to do something new. Yo, you need to go out and see the world. Like Jermaine. Jermaine still sitting on the window. What floor are you on? I'm up here on one of these floors. I'm on 15. What happened to Jermaine's repairs? I don't do the mobile repairs anymore. Want a sugar daddy? I don't want no sugar daddy. Anything that's their brand, I'll tell you something else they probably make bank off of. You know, you go to the electronics section and they got the I don't remember the name of it, but the Target brand. Basically, what that is that's like the Amazon brand, but it's just the Target brand. There was no more cell phone repairs. Cell phone repairs are not so good anymore because after the iPhone, when they came out with the iPhone 7, what Apple did was they put this, to make the phone waterproof, they put this this waterproof barrier around the edges. So to get the screen off of the phone, you would have to carry a heating plate. And the heating plate was like this big. And it was heavy. So I didn't want to carry around a heating plate. So I just stopped on phones. It costs $490 to make an iPhone. No, I heard that these new iPhone minis cost less than $150. Like, I heard that someone told me that. Like, I didn't read that anywhere. Like, I didn't see that online, but someone like verbally told me that. So I could be wrong. Is that why you started working for iCrack? Yeah, I started working for iCrack because of the iPhone 5S was really easy to fix. No, the iPhone 5, easy to fix. 5S, easy to fix. The 6, easy to fix. The 6S, it was tricky, and then the 7 was just like you just need more tools. You know what I mean? How old are you, Jay? I just turned 22. So yeah, I just turned 22. I'm joking. I'm not freaking 22. I'm like 33 or something. I'm old, yeah. Be careful, Jermaine, don't fall. It looks like I'm like right there, but like there's look. I'm not. I can't even. I'm not even touching the window. Like I have to go like all the way. I'm still not touching the window. Like even if I did this, I'm not touching the window. So I would have to do this. So like yeah, I'm not there. Have you asked yourself why you always want to be traveling? What are you escaping from? What am I escaping from? I don't think I'm escaping from anything. I think I'm escaping from maybe America, American culture. You know, that's really what I'm escaping. I feel like very free when I'm outside the country. I feel more attractive. I feel more confident. I feel like I can do more things. I don't feel so self conscious about my skin color as much because I definitely feel a lot like a lot of times I'm thinking, oh shit, like are they gonna think I'm sketchy because I'm black and they don't know me? You know what I mean? Because like the media in this country and how the media portrays people in this country, you know, it just happens. You know, like when I was making a delivery earlier, right? This happens a lot. You're standing in front of a building and maybe you're calling someone on the call box, right? You're calling them on the call box, and you're waiting for the phone's ringing, okay? But there is someone walking out of the building, and they see that you're standing right there in front of the door, and the first thing they want to do, like they're trying to come out of the building, but they don't want you to follow them in when they come out. And sometimes people are like cool with it, and sometimes you can tell like they're waiting for me to move. You know what I mean? You know, like they're looking at their watch and like they want to leave, but they know that like they're gonna have an interaction with me. So like earlier tonight, you know what I did? I was like, dude, this guy like really wants to leave. Like I think that's his Uber right there. Like, and he just doesn't want to. He doesn't want to walk by me because I'm standing in front of the door. So you know what I did? I like walked in front of his Uber, and when he saw me like walk and walk and walk, he like come out of the door, open the door, close the door, and then hop in the Uber, you know? And I was like, dude, he probably thought I was just gonna like run in behind him. But I don't know if he knew this. If I ran in behind him, I couldn't go anywhere. You know why I couldn't go anywhere? Because in the building, to press that button, you have to have a key. So like if I would have followed him into the building, like I would not have went anywhere. You know? So like this is what you know, like when these interactions happen, I just wonder like, is it because like I mean, I don't know if I was an attractive girl, would that same thing would have happened, or like if I was different, like if I was different, like would it happen the same way? Like would it have been different? But this happens a lot in the city, and you can tell when someone is afraid, and you can tell when someone's just like, I'm gonna walk out. As soon as I walk out, I'm gonna slam the door. You ain't coming in. You know, you could just tell the difference. You know, like it's them red dreads. People were doing this way before I had dreads. So, what do you say about that? I mean, I'm not saying it's the skin color. I'm not saying it's me. I'm just saying like this is something I noticed. You know, people are not. It's the long hair. You guys are saying it's everything else. Like people were doing this to me before I had like long hair. It was when I was bald headed. anyone clutch a purse around you before? Yeah, but like people don't really. I don't see for the most part. I don't see that many women walking around. You know, and if a woman is walking around, they don't have a purse. Like they're wearing workout clothes. You know. Except for I mean, I don't even trip because I don't trip because like it's kind of what I expect. You know what I mean? It's kind of what I expect. Like when you see it often, you expect it. You know, you expect it. Like I expect it. When someone doesn't do it, I'm more like, oh, you know. But I kind of expect it. You know, I don't expect it every time, but like I expect to be intimidating to people. You know. Did you buy Beyond Burger? I did buy Beyond Burger. I bought, what do you mean? The stock of the food. I bought them both. Let's talk about stocks, bro. All right, y'all want to talk about stocks? What about stocks? You know another stock I just bought yesterday? I think I told you I bought Real, and it popped today. I think it's up like 8%. If you don't know what Real is, it's another San Francisco startup. It's up 7% today. I don't know how I do this, yo. Like, I just jumped right on this one. I've been looking at this one for a while, though. Been looking at it for a while. Jermaine is fearless with his savings or no savings. What do you mean savings or no savings? Well, no, like Grace, I didn't give a reason to. I didn't give a reason to why people do that, but I just sort of. I don't know. I just sort of put that out there. No, I'm not a natural in the stock market. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'm not a natural in the stock market, and something I do want to point out about the stock market, right, y'all. I'm not a natural in the stock market. No one is a natural in the stock market. I'm gonna tell you what's really going on in the stock market. This has just been a hot year. This has been a freaking really hot year. If you, in March, when everything was going down, if you would have just took a marker and just wrote companies on the wall, Apple, Google, Facebook, whatever. If you would have just wrote them on the wall and closed your eyes and threw darts and bought those stocks in March, you would have been up a lot of money today. Okay? So that would make you think that, oh yeah, you're doing really good. Oh yeah, you're very successful. But guys, everybody is talking about how good the stock market is right now. Everybody's talking about how good the stock market is. Please, let's think about what happens when things go the other way. Because things are not always going to be this way. I know so many people that got into the stock market and they're like, yo, I'm making so much money. This is amazing. And I'm just like, it's good. It's amazing. But this is not a normal year. This is not a normal year in the stock market, guys. I'm sorry to say, but this is not a normal year. Like, it's not. And I'm not trying to say, like, go sell all your shares and stuff. But what I'm trying to say is, like, is that a normal year? Like, you mean to tell me that, like, we've had a pandemic? We've had, like, one of the worst things that can happen. And look at the markets. Look at the freaking markets. Right? Now, there is something to say about that. There is one thing to say about that. One thing that we can say about that is think about people. Think about young people. Think about how people used to go out and go to basketball games and go to football games and go to sporting events and go to strip club and go. People used to go places. Well, since February, no one has done any of that really. So people aren't spending money on those things. So if people aren't spending money on those things, well, Are people really investing more? But then also think about this too. Think about something else too. Think about how Robinhood and Webull have gotten so popular this year. Think about how so many people have gotten to the stock market just this year. Okay? I like to talk about the good things in the stock market, but then at the same time, let's not forget about the bad things, you know? Things can go sour. You know, I'm not trying to tell you how to go sell all your stocks tomorrow, but things could go sour, you know. I didn't say the stock market would crash. That's not what I said. But what I'm trying to get people to realize is watching the market go up and up and up and up and up is just not, that's not sustainable. It cannot just keep going up like this. It cannot keep going up, you know? I mean, I think Bitcoin is good too, but I just don't think anything could just keep going up. Things have to balance out. But then at the same time, guys, like, you gotta look at both sides here. We got a lot of people in the markets this year. A lot of people in the markets. When I see the EV stock, it could go up more. It could go up more. But then with this shift, see, I don't really know if there's going to be a crash in 2021. Because what I'm thinking about is I'm thinking about this right here. I'm thinking about since March. Okay, just in California right here. I'm thinking about in March. Think about how many mom and pop stores that closed and went out of business for good, and they're not opening back up. Okay, think about all of those businesses that went out of business. Think about all these little restaurants that went out of business, right? So with all of these little places going out of business, guess what? That's more dollars going to corporations. That's more dollars going to corporations. Before, maybe you would go down to a little local shop, but maybe this local shop closed, right? And then with the lockdowns have closed, you know, it's closed a lot of small businesses. So people were now forced to go to Target, forced to go to Walmart, they're forced to order things off Amazon. Maybe before you were not ordering things off of Amazon because you would just go to the store. But now you've got conditioned to order off Amazon. You know, it was a lot of people that were not big into ordering food before this pandemic. They were not big into, you know, ordering food like DoorDash, Uber Eats. Well, the pandemic has introduced so many new customers, okay? So many new customers, right? So like, when you say the market is gonna crash, I could see why you would say that. I can see like one in a lifetime event, the market's really good. But then on the flip side, look at the shifts that we've had. Look at the shifts in the economy that we've had, yo. Like, you know, I just don't know what to say. Like, I mean, I wonder how many iPhones is Apple gonna sell. They are probably gonna sell more iPhones this year than they ever have. But it's gonna be like that next year too, you know? Like that. It's just something to think about, y'all. It is something to think about. And then just because the stock market crashed doesn't mean every single stock is gonna crash. Let's not forget about that. Best time to start your small business. I think that this may not be a bad time to start a small business, just because if you can survive now, I mean, just think when things get back up and rolling, you should be doing real good. Crash is a good time to buy. But you know what? When everyone is waiting for the crash, that's when it doesn't happen. When everyone is waiting for the crash, that's when it doesn't happen. The crash happens when people aren't expecting it. That's when the crash happens. Any new business idea would be COVID proof? Yes. What if you? What about if you still have debt like a car payment and rolling credit card balances? What do you mean if you still have a car payment? Let's wait for them. I don't know, dude. Just thinking about the stock market next year is just a really tough one. A really tough one. I'm gonna tell you something else too that's gonna probably throw another monkey wrench in there. When I look at a company like Airbnb and I look at, hotel chains, what I see is I see Airbnb giving them a run for their money. And the reason why I see Airbnb giving them, I'm not telling anybody to invest in Airbnb. I'm just using this for an example, but there's a lot of things that you can relate with this. So if you look at Airbnb, they don't own it. They don't have any leases. They don't have, they just have their HQ employees, but they don't have thousands and thousands of employees. They don't have all these properties. They're not negotiating leases and trying to build new properties and get rid of old properties. They're basically a tech company. And they don't do anything else. They just do tech. So I look at a future of, this might be the time for tech to fly. This might be the time for tech to fly, because you look at like hotel chains, so many of them are hurting big time. Hurting big time, yo. They are hurting big time. And you look at Airbnb's hurting. They're not, also the people on the platform, they're hurting too. But when you look at, Airbnb is insane. So Airbnb is just as expensive as hotels. But the thing I like about Airbnb is they don't, hotels, when hotels have to pay for electricity. Airbnb don't. So if a hotel is sitting here and it's sitting here a week and no one checks into that hotel company has just lost a boatload of money, because they have to pay for the utilities, they have to pay for the maintenance, they have to pay for everything in that building, right? But you take Airbnb, if you take something equivalent to Airbnb, so like you have a hotel room, maybe it's 100 rooms in this hotel, right? If you take 100 Airbnb houses and those houses don't rent for a week, it's not hurting Airbnb near as much as it's gonna hurt the hotel company. They gotta pay for employees, they gotta pay for this, pay for that, pay for this, pay for that. Airbnb, they gotta pay to keep their server on. That's what they gotta pay for. They gotta pay to keep their website working. That's what they gotta pay for, y'all. It's a lot of companies like that. It's a lot of companies functioning like that. I don't want to speak too soon, but like I think that like Square and Square and PayPal, they're kind of getting on that whole mode, Uber, perfect example. They were doing it for a long time, They're just an app. They didn't own any cars. They didn't deal with car maintenance. They didn't deal with car repairs, Why are you stressed? I was stressed because I didn't freaking get a lot of sleep. That's what investing rounds up for, Jay. Yeah, these hotels are gonna be closing left and right. And just think, when a hotel closes, they have to spend tons of money just to close. Think about that for a minute. They have to spend, like, it costs so much money to run these hotels here. It costs them mad money to freaking to close. Like, you can't just close for free. Like, you gotta pay off your employees. You gotta do something with the building. You gotta get rid of the beds. You auction that off. Like, it still costs you mad money, yo. Luxury hotels are better than Airbnb. Yeah, luxury. It depends on where you are and depends on what you're looking for. Depends on what you're looking for. Do you? Yeah, it depends on what you're looking for. Recall Newsom. Galvin Newsom, yo. Yeah, we'll see if he get reelected next year. Next term. I doubt it. But people do not like him. We'll see if Como get reelected too. Como said he gonna run for president. He like, I want to rule the world now. Workers of the world unite. I go for Como. The political establishment fell us in a big way. Uncle Como is the man. I didn't know how and why I feel about him. Take it easy. How now people will wake up and start giving their power away. Wow. Joe Biden will be the last president. So you think there's not going to be any more presidents after him, or what? Oh, Kamala Harris will be president. That sounds about right. I don't really want to talk about, like, I don't know, like, I don't even want to really talk about the politicians at all. Anyone mention them. It's just not worth it anymore. My backpack's like, my head scratched up right here. If states don't get funding, no one will be happy. This is true. We can go inside Target, but can't go to a restaurant. Right? Makes no sense, right? You can go out, but then they can film movies too. They can film movies. You ever been to Yellowstone? I haven't been to Yellowstone. Maybe that's something I can do soon. So the new Apple headphones are sold out, yo. They sold out like that. Have you heard about the vaccine card in Canada? I have heard about the vaccine card, but I'm gonna keep it real. Like, I'm okay with getting the vax. I understand that there's a lot of people against it, but I'll get the vaccine. I'm not tripping. Whenever I hear a lot of people say something, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't. The first thing that made me do is look the other way, yo. That's the first thing I'm gonna do. First thing I'm gonna do is look the other way. And that's about anything. It might be two people competing against each other, and everybody is talking about person A. That actually will make me want to pay more than person B. Let's see why they don't like him. Why they don't like him, or what did they do? Read what's in that vaccine. Yeah, I know, but like, read the vaccine. Yeah, I'm gonna read what's in the vaccine, but guess what? What are you gonna do if they say you have to take the vaccine to go to work? What are you gonna do if they say you have to take the vaccine to go withdraw money from the bank? What are you gonna do if they say you have to take the vaccine to buy food? Someone please tell me I'm gonna die. Then get Bitcoin. What will Bitcoin do? What will Bitcoin do? What will Bitcoin do? Do you realize we live in a digital world? They can cut your phone off. We live in a digital world. Like, if they really want to get you, what are you gonna do? Like, really, what are you gonna do? I mean, we about to take the mark of the beast right now. You gonna take it or not? If you don't take it, you're living in this world. They're gonna cut YouTube off on you. So you gonna take the mark of the beast or what? Come on, what y'all gonna do? In 2 years we'll grow up in here. I know, like so many people are like people are taking it as a joke. Like it's like a joke now. The vaccine is a joke. That's what it is. The vaccine is a joke. But once again, I don't really want to talk vaccine because I feel like talking about the vaccine is like it's a political thing, you know. It's like if you take the vaccine, like I don't know, does that make you a Trump supporter? No, it actually can't make you a Trump supporter if you take the vaccine. So I guess that makes you a Democrat, but then most Democrats are against it. So like I don't know what the fuck it makes you. Like it just makes you a crazy person that wants to take the vaccine. But I'll take it. Like, I got a friend back home who's actually signed up for the trials to take it. You know, it makes you woke. What do you think of the vaccine? The mark of the beast? No, I just. What do you think about Gavin Newsom business taking out 900K PPP business loan? Small business jumped through hoops to get it. Well, I'm just going. Well, about the PPP money. The bigger the company, the easier it is. The bigger the company, the bigger the organization, the easier it is for them to get the PPP money. The smaller the company, the smaller the organization, the harder it is to get the PPP money. Okay, I'm gonna give you this breakdown. When you have a corporation, when you have a company, when you have 8 people working for your organization, someone's job is to fill out that paperwork and get that PPP money. That is someone's job, okay? When you take someone who has a little small business, they're running the show, guess what? They have to do the PPP paperwork. And maybe it's more difficult for them to do it because they're doing everything else. They're running their business, they gotta pick their kids up, they gotta figure out the PPP. So for big businesses, they have someone get PPP money. Think about it. They don't. Some people don't even know you can get PPP money. Like when I made that video talking about how I got $1,000 free, so many people did not know that they could get $1,000 too. But check this out. I was the same person. I didn't know. I didn't know I could get the $1,000. I heard about people getting it, but I didn't know that they were just gonna give it to me. And guess what? They gave me $1,000, and I told other people. Other people got $1,000. You know. So you know, it's knowledge. You know what I mean? It's knowledge. That's what it is. Like people just didn't know it. Some people did. They gave vaccines to kids in Africa, Senegal, 7 days later, kids did. Well, you know, I'm pretty sure they're gonna say that. You know, I'm pretty sure that's gonna exist. But once again, I mean, I don't know. I just don't know what to do. Like a lot of people say the virus is fake, and then a lot of people say the virus is gonna kill you. And then some people say the vaccine is going to kill you. So, you know, I just don't know. I just don't know. One thing I will say about the vaccine, I'm not trying to argue with you with the kids in Africa, but you have to be above the age of 16 to take the vaccination. And you're talking about these kids in Africa, they died. How old were these kids? Were they, when you say kids, this makes me think that they're probably under the age of 16. So in America, you can't get that vaccination if you're under the age of 16. Now, once again, I'm not sure with you, but I maybe that could slightly have something to do with it. Maybe the U.S. just wanted to kill the kids because they're living in Africa. You know, I don't know. I know a lot of you guys think there's a lot of conspiracy things coming on out of the U.S. that takes place in Africa. So I thought that I would just put that one out there, you know. That's not what I think, but I thought that I would just put that out there for the people that, you know, that subscribe to that type of information. It's not conspiracy, it's facts. But how old was the kid, though? It never isolated the virus. Mm. But then, how do we know that it's not the same vaccination? I mean, do you guys realize how many vaccinations that are floating around the world? China has a vaccination, which they're not giving to their own people. They're only giving it to countries that they got on lock. I mean, okay, anyway, let's just go. Russia got a vaccination, all right? They're exporting it to people. They've tested it on their people. You know, I guess I don't know if it works or not. I don't know which vaccination made it to Africa. I don't know if it was from the U.S. or it was from another country. You know, you just don't know what's real anymore. Like you don't know like if the kid did die in Africa, what vaccination was it? Like which one? You know. Vaccination does not stop transmission of COVID. Still require you to wear a mask. The mask is not gonna go away for a minute. I don't think. I think we're gonna be wearing masks forever. That's what I think. And the reason why I say that is because of times I went to Asia. All the times I went to Asia, like before the pandemic, like I was in Hong Kong. Everybody's wearing a mask. And I'm like, why are freaking people wearing? Not everybody, but like so many people are wearing a mask. I notice it, you know. And I'm just like, why are people wearing masks? And it's because of SARS from years ago. And like SARS is not a big thing, but people are still wearing masks. And in this country, people are always gonna wear masks now. In this country, people will always wear masks. I mean, think about it. I mean, some people won't, but like if you're in a situation, like if you're a girl and you're attractive, and you don't want people to see you, you can just put a mask on and sunglasses, and like no one will even see you. I mean, it's basically turned into a Muslim country, you know. I mean, you can do that if you want, you know what I mean. In the future, I think it's gonna be that way. I think people are not gonna do it, and like if you wanna not show your face because you wanna do something else, you wanna do sketchy. Well, guess what? You can wear a mask, and if anyone says why you got a 5 years from now, if anyone says why you got a mask on, you can be like, well, I don't want to get the virus, you know. Well, yes, there's no virus going on, but who's to say that there's not a new virus that can pop up tomorrow, you know? I don't think they're gonna go away. I think it's gonna be it. I think that's what it's gonna be like. I think they heard it. That's why it may not be the best time to live off the grid, because if you live off the grid, you ain't gotta wear a mask because you ain't gonna be coming into contact with them, and it will still be an issue in 5 years. Oh, definitely. I think it's definitely gonna be an issue in 5 years. It's not gonna go away, yo. Like, how is it gonna go away? They haven't cured it, yo. Like these little vaccinations aren't getting rid of it. It's not eradicating it. Yeah, Max is gonna be here, yo. I'm sorry, but they're gonna be here. They're freaking gonna be here, man. But what it will be more of, it'll be more of this. It'll be more of live. It'll be more of people communicating via devices. You know? Smallpox still exists, yo. It still does. And it still kills people. It doesn't kill that many people. But the thing about masks, yo, if you got a mask on and you fart and you can smell the fart, that means that COVID could kill you. COVID could get up in you because a fart is airborne and COVID is an airborne disease. So if you got your little mask on and you can smell a fart, well, guess what? 20,000 kids died today. Oh. That means you're standing too close. Fart can kill you. Yo, so, fart. What program did you use for 1KJ? What do you mean? What program I use for 1K? 1K. What do you mean 1K? I watch almost all of your travel videos that got me going. You see my little brother. Can't lie though. You would enjoy life. All the features that's going on. That's what's up. Wonder about the whole fart thing. Not that the fart can kill you, but what I'm trying to say is like, if you're wearing a mask and you fart with your mask on, and if you can smell your fart, that means that if COVID was in the room, COVID can probably go through your mask and go in your lungs. That's what I was trying to say. I wasn't trying to say that the farts will kill you, because if a fart can kill you, you got some serious farts. But what I was trying to say is like, you know, man, the farts. Okay, another thing about Uber drivers too. You know, you see the Uber drivers with the plexiglass in the car. That doesn't protect you against COVID. If that protects you against COVID, that Uber driver could be sitting in the front smoking a cigarette, and you're in the back of the car and you cannot even smell the cigarette. That's how you know that the car is for real being protected, right? But if you're sitting in a car, right, and you got this glass up and it's got gaps up here and gaps down there and gaps underneath, I mean, what's the difference? And if the driver cuts the air conditioner on or the heater on, guess what? The air in the car is going to circulate. So if you got the plastic, it doesn't really make a difference. It doesn't make a difference. It's just going to circulate. Like, both of y'all going to get sick together in the same Uber while y'all Ow! Hope you have less stress with saw you met those fans in the video the other day in Westfield. You're a nice dude, man, except for like Victor P. Were you the guy that I was talking to before the girl and the guy came up and was like, "Hey, you're on YouTube"? I think, was you that guy? Truth Bones from Jermaine Ellis. Yes. What's up, Sasha NYC? Man, you wouldn't miss a good live. We've been talking about everything. Talking about the stock market, talking about this and that, talking about earthquakes in San Francisco. Next time you touch a doorknob, quarantine for 14 days. Oh my gosh. The most famous black man and that stuff. I don't know. No, the video. No, it's not the video. To take you after lunch at the cover. Oh yeah, you just saw the video. Oh yeah. I'm always around. I'm always near. What was the last movie you saw? The last movie I saw was, I don't really watch a lot of movies. I mean, it's too American. I don't really watch too many movies. I can't remember the last movie I saw. I probably saw it with someone else. They were like, "Let's watch a movie," and I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." The $1,000 check from the program that you didn't know about before others. It was the PPP money. That's what it was. Have you ever heard of Galactic Federation? Galactic Federation? I don't think so. Sitting here with my wife, telling her about how long I've been watching you, the one that inspired me to start investing and want to travel the world. I just don't know how to help people. Oh, how do you help people? Yes, that's what's up. I was in SF 2 weeks ago. I was trying so hard. So hard to find you riding around. I'm always in Soma riding around. You can't forget it. I saw you one time. Popeye's on Fillmore. their hair. No one forgets. You saw me at Popeyes on Fillmore. You're sitting in the living room with the children right now. Third eye. Oh, y'all sitting in the living room with the kids. Oh, that's what's up. Watching your boy Jermaine on live stream. My supervisor writes me up nearly every week for not wearing my mask, and I fight by saying no one in this building for 12 hours. On the virus supposed to last everyone for 3. That's true. Like, I don't want to say too much, but like some places I go, I'm supposed to wear a mask, but like I don't wear a mask, you know. But this, you know, not a lot of, no one sees me though, but cameras see me. Adios, have a good evening. I think I'm getting tired, yo. I'm getting tired. It was on the news 2 days ago, but no one was talking about it. I think Federation has been waiting for humans to reach a stage where we will understand what space and spaceships are. Google sees you. Google sees me all the time. Okay, guys, I'm gonna end the live stream. I'm tired. I'm gonna get off here. I love all of y'all. Guess what? Tomorrow's Friday. And it doesn't mean anything special. It's just another day. There are tourists going to SF. There are tourists going to SF. You're right about that. There probably won't be as many tourists because the dining, outdoor dining is closed. So there'll definitely be tourists coming to shop, but like you can't really just go out, not even sit outside in the cold and eat. You gotta like order your food to go and eat it in the car, that type of thing. But I'm out. I'm tired, yo. I love all of y'all. See you later. You're I'm out. I love all of y'all. I'm out, bro. I saw about space fight, but I'm not gonna say about it. Will they arrest you if you eat outdoors? They won't arrest you if you eat outdoors, but like they'll have the outdoor area closed. Bye bye.